All right, good morning, guys. Today we have quite a few tickers to look at again today. Just one second here. Let me just get everything up and running. All right. So today we're looking at SISI, or SISI we'll call it. It's looking pretty good. We saw a high today around $1.67, not including the wicks, with a low today of about $1.26. We had a pretty decent climb out of it. It doesn't look too great right now. It's staying below that 200 EMA, but you never know. BMRA is not looking too bad either. It did have a nice run up going from 373 all the way to the top of 542. However, it is sitting below that now, so I'm a little worried this may not do much today. TBPH is not looking very good. It looks like it's held quite a bit of volume and price action, but it is slowly declining, so we're not really too interested in that. We have CLNN. Again, not really too much of a gain on this thing. Not enough price action to really go off of. EVGO is looking half decent, so that'll probably be one of the higher things on our list because it's sitting above that 200 EMA. We've got ATRA. It looks half decent. There's not enough price action there or volume though, so we're going to be a little cautious with that one as well. And then we've got STRN, another one that did an early market run up and looks like it has dropped pretty significantly since. So we'll wait for the market to open, see what starts to run. We'll probably come up with a few other options here. I saw QRTEB pop up again, so we want to make sure we have this one open because this could do what it did yesterday and start going into halts here. So we'll keep an eye on that. EVGO's opening up a little bit red here. BMRA is opening up green so far. Candle range 360 to 380, so we got decent range on these candles. I think that's gonna maybe be a decent trade opportunity here. So let's go BMRA. We're gonna go for probably a 365 entry if we can. We're gonna go for about $4 and then a 350 stop loss. So we're gonna give it about 15 cents room from wherever you get in. 350 is right here. Unfortunately, we don't quite make it down to that 200 EMA, but that was quite a far ways away, so it's kind of hard to say that we would make it there. This is BMRA. Oh, I typed that in wrong. BMRA. All right, so maybe we'll see this come down a little bit for an entry. We've got EVGO dropping, SISI dropping. We have TBPH dropping. Clinton's starting to move up. We didn't have a lot to go off of on this one, so this one's going to be one we kind of take a little bit of a break on, maybe just watch. We saw a huge candle here. It doesn't range very much, but it is a big candle. And then we've got STRN not really doing much in QRTB. Pretty volatile here, 520 all the way up to $6. So big candles. It doesn't look too great, but we're going to try it anyway. QRTEB. Quarteb, we'll call it. We're going to go for, if we can, maybe like a 530 entry. We're going to go for $6 because that's pretty decent, and probably a 510 stop. So this is ranging like crazy amounts right now. So if you could get in with a 510 stop, that would be fantastic. I don't know how I got two lines there. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna get lazy if I don't get rid of that blue line there. So we'll go back to 510 right there. A couple half decent entries. It has run its way into basically PT there a couple times, but we haven't quite hit the perfect entry yet, so maybe you didn't quite get in yet. We have hit 540 a couple times. I'm going to go ahead and sell out some here at around $6, but I think this could really start moving, so I don't want to sell out too much. Cutting some profits on QRTEB. It's going to be a tough ticker, man. EVGO might be coming back here. BMRA down a little bit. We see these candles going down to about 366, which is about where we want to get in for an entry. So definitely consider jumping in around there. QTEB here breaks. That $6 mark, we're almost at 630 on it, so we can take a little bit more profits here. $630, $640, wherever you get in. I think we just saw the high there, $634. Yep, twice. So we're already pretty good in profits on this one. We'll probably see this run up even more. The stock looks like it's got a lot of momentum behind it today. EVGO dropping, BRMA back up a little bit here. TBPH is dropping, might curl up actually. That looks like a potential for a curl up. CLIN sitting at pretty high. ATRA not really doing a whole lot. We're just going to close that ticker down. We've got Stern here not doing a whole lot, and we have Corteb here sitting at 650 now. So if you haven't taken profits yet, 650 definitely a good place to take some profits, secure some there. We are up over $1 on this, so make sure you're securing something here. WTRH we can take a look at, yeah. WTRH. Waiter Holdings, is that what this is? Yeah, we played this a long time ago. 30 cents, kind of cheap. You'd be looking at a 1 cent stop on this, which is kind of an issue, but if we start seeing it run, that could be a potential for a play there. 665 here on Corteb, looking good. BMRA back down a little bit here to entry point. You paper-handed? Oh, yeah, you paper-handed. That's okay, though. Profits are profits. There may have been a little bit more on the table, but that's okay. We're hitting 670. We're starting to see a little bit of resistance here. So keep that in mind. I'm not really seeing a wall there yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if we saw one. BMRA is dropping a little bit there. We saw it hit that 360 level. What else we got? We have Goss again. We could take a look at Goss again. Just open up another one. Goss is looking half decent. The range isn't terrible on it. We have TGA. Yeah, that's dropping pretty hard right now. We'll see. If this doesn't bounce off the support line, I want to cut it. So I'm going to be moving my stop up, I think. 354. BMRA closer to support area. 354. Didn't move it up a lot, but, you know, not a terrible amount. All right, so we're looking like we might break into $7 here soon on Corteb. CLNN, yeah, we'll keep that open. TBPH with a nice little curl up. We thought it might curl up here, but that was very dramatic, going from $9 all the way up to just about $10. BMRA continues this little bit of a drop here. EVGO looks like it could possibly do something. We might see a curl up here on Sissy as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on Sissy here. We're going to go for a 128 entry. We'll go for a 140 PT and then a 126 stop. So we're going to give it a really tight stop. We don't want to see this start to break down any further. 126, like basically right there. So if it does start to break down from 128, we'll probably end up cutting it. All right, we're past $7 on Corteb here. 712. You might be thinking about taking some more profits here, so we're up over 50 cents from the last time we were going to do it. So let's take some more profits and leave a runner. Taking some more profits. QRTEV. And leaving a runner. Actually, it might be halted. Yeah, it's halted. Never mind, we're not taking any profits here. Well, we will when it unhalts, but that's not happening. Stopping out on BMRA. Probably could have had it up even a little tighter, maybe 356, but a couple cents isn't going to kill us either way. SISI is good, moving back up here from that bottom out of 128, so we're doing pretty decent here. Once we hit maybe like 135, that might be a good place to start taking some profits. WTH not doing much, Goss not doing much, TGA heading down, so we can get rid of that. STRN's heading down. We can get rid of that. We might play CLNN. Maybe that one. BMRA might be dead though. EVGO doesn't look too great right now. I'm just trying to eliminate some tickers here. Nasty drop on ES. Let's see. WTRH might be playable. Seeing a little bit of support here at 30 cents. MACD's kind of heading down though, so I'm not too sure about that. EVGO is not necessarily looking great. CLNN looks like it's a possibility that this might start going up. We're not seeing a lot in terms of price action or volatility though, which is kind of a little bit of an issue. These candles are a decent range though. Definitely some profits to be made. BRMA, it looks like it bounced basically off the stop loss there. In fact, maybe if we kept the 350, it would not have hit. Back up to about 370 now. Sissy still sitting around that 130. TBPH still sitting up pretty high. Still waiting on QRTEB to unhalt. We could try a waiter play. We're going to have a really tight stop, so WTRH. We're going to go for we're going to go for a point 30 entry to point 35 with a point 29 stop. Pretty tight stop, but unnecessary, or it's necessary for this kind of a stock, as we don't really have enough wiggle room to give it more. So wherever you get in, that's kind of up to you, but make sure that your stop is only like 1 cent. Seeing a lot of sellers here at 31 cents, so probably see this come down a little bit. We'll come back to that. Goss still moving around. CLNN's not doing a whole lot. BMRA back down a little bit. Sissy drop back down to 129. A little bit of a drop on waiter here. QTEP here, probably going to unhalt soon. Let's see. SVRE is popping up. We could probably get rid of this and go for SVRE. Wow, that was quite the run up. 280 to 330. I'll keep this one in mind as well. This one's looking half decent, but it's a little high for us right now. I mean, we could jump into it as a momentum play. I think that might be a mistake, but with a tight stop, we might be able to pull it off. SVRE, 330. We're going to go for 350, and then a 320. Let's give it a 322 stop. So we want to just give it about 8 cents. If you can get in lower, you can obviously lower that stop loss a little bit as well. We are almost at 340. I'm going to start taking profits here at 340. Very quick. We're going to go ahead and hold a little bit here. QTEB here, open back up. We are at around 750. We could take some profits there. Taking some profits now on QTEB. Now that it's unhalted. God, that was hard to do. 770. That's crazy. We're up so high on this. With a 540 entry to 770. We still have a little bit of a runner in here, nothing major. We've cleared out most of it now, so we can kind of be worry-free about this. I'm sure it's going to come down. It can't really just keep going up forever. We did see as high as 343 on SVRE. It looks like it's come back down quite a bit here. Might hit the stop, but we'll hold on to the runner here. Yep, hit and stop with the runner. So that brings us down a little bit. Let's see here. We've got BMRA still kind of not really doing a whole lot. We have Sissy finally moving up a little bit here. We're almost at 33 or 131 here. You could technically take profits here. That's 3 cents, not too bad. Waiter's not doing too bad. We did see 32 cents. We're looking for 35 cents out of it. But it's kind of hard to say whether or not we'll actually hit 35. That's a really big price target, and that's really high up there. But I'm willing to maybe scale out some at 33 and a half. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Hopefully Sissy starts moving back up. QTEB down pretty big here to 650. Looks like it's halted down. SVRE hits stop again. Looks like it might bounce off this VWAP. That MACD still turned down pretty good, so I'm not really too convinced quite yet, but it could be a potential play here. Well, maybe not. Dropped a little bit further that time. It's tough to say. That's a tough one. What else we got popping up? We've got a dill popping up we could take a look at. We're at 33 on Waiter. Definitely a decent place to take some profits. Dill's not looking too bad, I guess. Let's go ahead and take some profits on Waiter. Taking some profits on WTHR at 0.33. Again, I don't think that's anything like major profit-wise. I think that might be 6%. Yeah, 6.5%. So that's actually, it's not that bad. Still a pretty good trade, all things considered. Sissy back down. BMRA could be a stock that actually starts to run again, but it's really hard to tell if and when that's going to happen. TBPH is all the way back down. Big candles on WTHR, or WTRH, sorry. SVR looks like it might not be holding here, as this is a pretty bearish candle so far. Oh, there we go. That fixed itself pretty quick. We can get rid of that now. I deal with a nice red candle here. The VWAP is a decent place to maybe try and take an opportunity here on a dill. So we'd be looking at a $1.85 entry. We're gonna go for $2 as a PT. It's not too far off, and then let's give it a 180 stop, I think. Yeah, let's give it a 179. 179 is pretty far down there. That gives us plenty of room. It should be okay. Of course, you can never be too sure on something like this, but we'll take that chance. Let's see here. Waiter down a little bit. We did see that hit 0.31. SVR does look like it's moving back up, so we're going to go ahead and open up another SVRE trade. I'm hoping we can get in around 320 again. We're going to go for 345 and then a 310 stop. So we're going to give it that 310. 10 cents from wherever we get in. Maybe we get in 330 again. Hard to say. But if you get in 3, yeah, you kind of want it lower than the last low, so 315. So you'd want 325 as a max entry, I would say. It's kind of hard to get that, but a deal all the way back up to 190 here. Hopefully we see a push towards $2. It's a ways away, definitely a ways away. QTEB here should be in halting. TBPH looks like it's coming up again for another dip and rip. Not entirely sure I want to jump in on that one either yet. We will see. Sissy here, still seeing around 130. This is going to be one of those real slow stocks. A deal down a cent. All right. All right, waiter, let's see 0.35 here. That would be fantastic. All right, so Quitab's here. It's unhalted. Looks like it might continue on its way down. I would not call this the bottom at all. Maybe here at 590 we could see an actual bottom. It might have enough momentum just to start back up here. I doubt it though. I really do doubt it. Definitely not confident enough to just jump in on something like that. SVRE, we did see that dip down to 323, so that would have been a proper entry. I got my fill of 325. That brings us up to that 315 area. Hopefully that doesn't stop us out. Could have got a couple more cents there. We do have QTAB, and it does look like it wants to go back up. These are two pretty bullish candles. You know what? I'm going to try it. QRTEB. 640. So let's go for $7 and then a 620 stop out. That's 620 there. So if we start to see even it come back down a little bit, we're definitely not going to want to be in it. We're still holding the runner from the last time too, so keep that in mind. We're up to 680 here, looking good. Might hit that $7 mark pretty quick, actually. Waiter hitting just under 0.34 now. We're just touching 0.34. We could secure a little bit more profit here. More profit on WTHR, 0.34. And then we'll save the runner for 0.35 or higher. QTAB down a little bit. SVRE looking like it's paying off so far, bringing us up to 340 from about 325. We could secure some profit on that as well. Some profit on SVRE from I guess 350-ish now. Basically looking at 350. Very volatile. Super volatile. We're actually past PT on that, I think. Yeah, PT was 345, so we can call PT CVRE. Or SVRE, sorry, not CVRE. How's Adil doing? Adil is down. Not looking too fantastic there. Sissy is also down into stop, so we call stop on that. We go. Whoa, hitting all the wrong buttons here. Sissy, I'm actually kind of glad we're out of that one because it wasn't really not doing much of anything. QTAB down a little bit. We did see a high of 686. You could take some profit there. 40 cents isn't the worst, but if you're waiting, I'm sure it'll probably head back up. Although with the stop where it is, that could be a pretty tight stop. It could definitely get hit. I doubt it'll hit our stop, but you never really know. SVRE is picking up some volatility for sure. It's kind of all over the place, going from like 325 all the way up to 350. So we secured some profit there at a decent level. Hopefully QRTEB starts to move back up here. TBPH with a breakdown. Looked like it was curling up nicely and then broke down further. Sissy continues its breakdown. ES just all over the place right now. And we have SVRE down a little bit. Adil might be bouncing here. All right, do we have anything else? We have a couple other tickers we can look at. Have we played Steal any? No, but this is still looking pretty decent. This is definitely something we could play. Price action is a little bit spotty. I really don't like TBPH, so maybe we'll start looking at replacements. ADXN. Definitely not that. Got Vox popping up. Vox is looking pretty decent. 640 to 680. That's a pretty slim profit margin already there, so maybe not NCNA. Better profit margins, kind of. The range right now is really slim, so I doubt we'll make anything off that. TGA, don't really want to touch that either. Other than that, I think we have everything else. Yeah, we're going to leave it as is. We have LTRPB popping up on that halt scanner, but yeah, honestly, not liking the way that's looking either. So we're just going to go ahead and close that out. QTAB all over the place. Wader back down a little bit. SVRE does hit that 348 level again. Adil up a little bit here. 185. That's basically our entry on. We could cover break even, but this does look like it wants to curl up. We're just seeing low volume, which is not necessarily exactly what we wanted to see on the stock. Anybody else got anything else to look at? I'm not really seeing too much on the scanners. Got a couple things that might be okay. Not that. NTRB. Nope. I think that's it. CLNN, IS. We could take a look at IS. Yeah. Yeah, IS made a decent recovery, that's for sure, from 320 up to 335. Probably didn't. There we go. Pre-market was kind of spotty, but that's okay. Looks like we don't have a lot of levels to go off of here. This is definitely a level right here to be aware of. Yeah, CLNN's looking decent. I guess we just need to find an entry on this and kind of hold it. QTAB down, so if you didn't take profits, you'd be stopping out. I mean, hopefully you took some profits on that. There was decent, a decent amount. CLNN. Yeah, this looks like it's just going to keep climbing, so I think if we give it a decent size stop and just jump in, we should be okay. CLNN 3, I don't know, 355 maybe. We're going to go for 380 on it and then a 340. Yeah, we'll go for 340. We kind of need that much of a stop. It's kind of more than 3% by a little bit, but it should be okay. It is running a little bit right now. We're almost at 370 on it. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. Wader at 32 cents. We have IS at 330. QTAB 620. Sissy still dropping. Yeah, nothing super fantastic going on right now. I mean, CLNN's looking pretty good, but that's about it. Yeah, I took a couple trades on ES earlier. That was a nice elephant. So with ES, I think on one account I got it to the evaluation point, the goal, so it's done. And then I tried it on another account and I'm down like 400 bucks on it. So I've got a little bit of work cut out for me. I only give myself about $500 negative a day on it before I close it out. So I've got a pretty tight area to play in, so I got to be damn sure on my next trade. Hey, there you go, 500 bucks so far. Yeah, ES has been very choppy. That was definitely a good elephant, though. Definitely would have been a decent win. I don't know at what point on this elephant it actually shows, though. Usually, I think it's about halfway through a big candle. Did you see that? That's what I was talking about with Matador the other day. Sometimes the signal will pop up and then like 10, maybe 10 or 15 seconds later it just disappears. So if you're like too quick on the draw, sometimes it's there and then it's gone. All right, there we go. And it's gone. And it's there. And it's gone. And it's there. And it's gone. And it's there. Looking pretty bearish, though. I would say this is probably going to go down. Although with the way ES has been playing today, it's actually really hard to tell. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's definitely very useful. Even if you're not taking them directly as signals, it's definitely it gets your attention to be like, oh, this could definitely run up. I think the run ups are a lot stronger than the crocodiles sometimes. Like this one's probably correct. I'm seeing the kind of the same thing the crocodile's seeing. But with this one here, um, I don't know. Sometimes I have a really hard time finding when it's just about to like actually pop. Um, I've caught it a couple times where I'll see like a buy signal and I'll buy in right away, and then it immediately jumps up like 2 or 3 points, and I just sell. It's like literally a 15-second trade. So those are good for sure. Well worth the $20 a month he's asking for it. That's for damn sure. I mean, you can make $20 on this in like literally 10 seconds, so no problem with that. CLNN actually hit almost 380 there. Wasn't that our PT? That was our PT. Yeah, at this point, the Croc's just confirmation. I agree. You just have the three candles here that are looking sort of bearish. They're red and not looking too great. And it's starting to actually drop. So, I mean, if you were taking it like midway down this candle, so from 3741 to now you're 3735. So you got a couple points there for sure. The lion, is that that's a sell signal? Yeah, that's a sell signal. Or short signal, however you want to look at it. That's a good idea though. Going on micros if you're not really sure about the day. I got to control my gambler mindset when it comes to trading that because I'm the complete opposite. If I'm unsure, I'm like, screw it. Let's go 4 contracts on ES because I'm not sure. That way, if I get like a little bit green, I'm like, okay, I got 1 point. I'm good. Come on, just hit that 380. We'll call it PT. I should probably secure some profit before that point. Um, let's secure some profits on CLNN 380-ish. Sure, we'll hit that 380. I don't think there's really any question about it. Wasn't like a huge gain or anything, but definitely good to secure a little bit of profits just in case it does happen to move down on us. Man, look at that drop. That croc really played it out. WTRH looking pretty good. And by pretty good, I mean like kind of doing nothing. I forgot we were even in SVRE to be honest, but it's still looking decent. We haven't really had another chance to grab any more profits past that 350 point. Adil not looking great. I think I might just cut it. We're really losing volume on this. I'm gonna cut it for a small loss here. Yeah, there's just no volume. I don't really like that. IS is kind of in the same boat. We have like a decent amount of volume with it, but I find that's just not moving. It's just not moving. All right, we're finally hitting that 380 point. We do have resistance here at 386, but that's the high a day, so we could blow through that pretty quickly. 36. Hey, that's the exact entry I got on CLNN 365. That's funny. But you actually got 1 cent better than me because I got out at 377 on it. 388. So we are definitely past that PT. Nope, not yet, not a deal. CLNN. CLNN, my entry is 365 and my first exit's 377. Ended up getting in pretty late considering I think we were looking at getting it like 355, so I got in like 10 cents higher. Doesn't really matter. We secured a decent amount of profits there. We even hit PT and got a little bit extra. Brought our average up. I'm holding a runner on this, although we're hitting this resistance and this is where it starts to get iffy because that's the high a day resistance. It could really just come down from here. But I'm a gambler at heart, so I'll leave a little bit in, and if we break through, we could see some decent numbers out of it. So we'll see. SVRE is at 360, by the way, so we're doing well on that. What? Weird. I wonder why that's happening. It says you're in here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting you in there. We saw 366 out of SVRE. We should take some more profit here. Taking some more profit on SVRE. 366-ish. We have a small runner left in that now. So we'll see if we can get some crazy high number out of it. CLNE, nasty drop. That's okay. We still have a runner, and our stop loss is very, very far away. QRTEB, not looking like it's going to do much of anything at this point. What did you fill in and out? Oh, gotcha. You didn't hear me last time, I don't think. CLNN, my first entry was 365. My first exit was 377. My next exit was 385. And then my runner is going to be 5% on it. So whatever we have for a runner, it will either probably take this to stop or to a new high. Yeah. You could move it up to break even if you really wanted to, but I think that's pretty well. I mean, you wouldn't want to right now. You could move it up safely though, like to like maybe, well, it depends where you got in, I guess. 350 is a pretty decent stop for this. I wouldn't really move it up too much higher. You want to make sure you have that VWAP in case it bounces. Up 2% on account? Great. Have a good one, DOS. Way to go. SVRE looks like it hit almost 370 there, so we almost bought at the top, but not quite. IS is still heading down. This is a weird scenario. This should technically turn around here pretty quick, but got a feeling it won't. Sissy not really doing a whole lot. What else we got going on here? We have, yeah, really nothing new. Maybe APEN. Get rid of this and switch it out for APEN. Looks like Adil was a good cut because we would have hit stop there. APEN not really looking fantastic. Is that yesterday's levels that just match out with today? I don't know. Maybe I charted that this morning, actually. No, I couldn't have. I would say yes, it is risky, but when you see candles like this, these are reversal candles, so it could start going back up from here. Might be worth the risk at like 360. If you give it like a 350 stop, it could be a decent trade. With 3 times leverage, if you make $100, you make $300. Leverage is a multiplication of your profits and losses. So if you lose $100 and you're 3 times leverage, it's $300 loss. If you gain $100 with 3 times leverage, it'd be $300 profit. I would suggest definitely not using leverage until you're consistently profitable. I know there's quite a few traders that like to well, not quite a few, just one in particular that likes to tell people that if they have a small account, they should be leveraging it, but that's just a bad idea. If you don't have to leverage, I definitely wouldn't. And if you are leveraging, I would definitely pick even smaller position sizes. Yep, that's our boy Ross. He wants you to leverage your possessions as hard as you can and not use a stop loss. GLSI has slowly climbed. Bag holders, yeah. Yeah, I was literally watching one of his videos and he was saying how he's scared of institutional traders, so he doesn't use stop losses. I'm like, oh, that's good to tell people, especially new traders, that they have to be scared of institutional traders, as if institutional traders are really going to care about your small position sizes and try to intentionally stop you out. Oh, buying power is slightly different. Buying power just means you have the ability to buy extra with brokerage money. I guess that's the best way to put it. But you don't necessarily have to use that. And I would suggest not using it if you don't have to. The only time I use buying power is when I'm into more positions at the same time. So for like my account, I have double the buying power than the money I have in my account, right? So if I'm doing a 50% challenge where I'm putting 50% into each trade, I can take a maximum of 4 trades at a time because with buying power, I have 200% of the money I have, if that makes sense. I like to explain things in a really confusing way. SVRE actually hit almost 380 there. Yeah, 500 is not bad. But yeah, leveraging is something different. Leveraging is you putting in $500 and it magnifying the profits and losses, which is ultra risky. Can be really good, but it can also be really bad. Yeah, if you don't want to use the money that isn't yours to trade, definitely I wouldn't consider using buying power because and another thing is if you're using this account for anything other than day trades as well, you want to be really careful because if you use that buying power, which is basically called margin, um, you hold a stock overnight, like if you're swing trading, you actually get charged interest on the money that you're using from the brokerage. So you definitely don't want to be holding things overnight with borrowed money. Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes the interest is really like nothing, but sometimes it can be a pretty hefty amount. All right, we're almost at 380 on SVRE here. I think we just touched it, so we can probably take the rest out, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest out. Taking the rest out of SVRE 380-ish. Might even get 390 out of this. That would be really cool. Got basically 325 to 385. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yes, yeah, you definitely market buy. I use both. I use market buy and limit buy depending on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. With something like Wader, I'm limit buying into it. With something like, SVRE, I'm just market buying. Something like QTEB earlier, market buying. You can switch market buy out for limit buy. It'll save you some spread, but you might miss the opportunity. We're past 390 now. You might miss opportunities. However, when it does come to selling, I always suggest that you market sell out of it. Almost at $4. Okay, taking profits here. It might go higher, but I really just want to secure near that $4 mark. That's awesome. Limit buying with a bit of one or two. Yeah, that's fair. And with WTRH, just because I had a very specific stop loss in mind, and it can be kind of weird because with IBKR, if you don't, I don't know, because like within the single digit numbers, so like going from like 30 cents to 31 cents, there's actually a decent range within that you could get filled at. And I don't know, I find that IBKR can be pretty finicky sometimes in your stop loss, even though it's 3%, which was technically just down a cent. It might be down on the same cent and it ranges, and these kind of stocks can range pretty hard within that 1 cent. So I like to try to hit like whole numbers, like exactly 31 or exactly 30 to buy into, and then you have a pretty clear stop loss, if that makes sense. I think that's just me being a little picky about it, but SVRE blew past that almost at 420. 3.99. Ooh, so close. That's so close. That's so lucky. 936, 937. Oh, my timing is different. I'm gonna assume it was probably over here. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's just like just a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit more, and you would have stopped out. That's crazy. CLNN looks like it is going to be bouncing off of VWAP here, so I'm gonna actually jump back in on CLNN. So we're gonna go for a 360 entry. We're gonna go for a, let's go for 4. Nah, we don't have time for 4. We'll go for 3, maybe 380. I might be pushing it still, but we'll try. And then a 350 stop loss. So I'm gonna do the 2-to-1 ratio here. Well, maybe even a little bit better because I'm gonna get it a little lower here, but we'll see. 353. I'm not going to move the stop loss down because we do have a bad situation here. I'm just hoping for a turnaround. So I'll take a 3-cent stop any day of the week to try something crazy. Hopefully this turns around. So we've closed out all our runners on everything. All our other trades are basically closed. We're just in CLNN here. What did I fill on CLNN? 354. Only got that 1-cent spread right now. Okay, well now it's 2-cent. Now it's back to 1-cent. Spread's not bad though for like a 350 stock. That's another thing. If I see like the spread is really volatile or it's just really bad in general, I'll try to limit buy in rather than market buy. Even if I have to try to limit buy at a higher price, I'd rather do that than risk like a really nasty spread. SVRE looking good. CLNN, it's doing okay. Looks like it might be recovering here, which is good. You forgot about the spread? Oh yeah, you definitely want to be watching for spread if you're market buying. Market selling, it is what it is. You're gonna get that fill either way, but at least when you market buy, you can kind of wait it out and see if you can get a better entry. Yeah, limit buying is probably the way to go on most of these stocks, especially lately. I think limit buying is like pretty doable, but you have to be comfortable using market buy as well because there's just sometimes where something is like literally just running really fast and you just have to jump in. And if you try to limit buy, you're going to be chasing it the whole way, unless you just pick a ridiculously high limit buy. SVR is back above $4 here. It's too high, too risky for me to want to jump back in, but it is looking good. CLNN really pushing its luck here. 353 again. Let's see if it can bounce back. Looking like it might stop us out. BMRA finally made its move. We were seeing it bounce along this range here for quite some time, but finally starting to move. CLNN stealing most of the volume on the alerts channel. SVRE is as well, though. We're seeing currently at 11 times its daily volume, so that's not too bad. CLNN's got way more volume, though. It's sitting at 54 times its daily volume. Limit sell with profit taker. Yeah, if you're using a profit taker, that's fine. We're stopping out on CLNN. Con? What's that? I don't think we're looking at that ticker. Let's see. Oh, CLNN. Got it. Actually, IS isn't looking too bad here. This could be a potential play. I think I'm not going to risk it, but it does look half decent. I cannot believe it just bounced off our stop like that. I can't believe that happens pretty often. That's okay. We'll take that tight stop. I'm okay with that. We could always jump back in if it's starting to look better. It is looking okay. I think that you might be able to jump back in for another try. CLNN. At round numbers, yeah. That's kind of my OCD thing, though. Like I hate picking numbers that aren't around. Sometimes you just do because it's more relevant, but it just looked good there. Yeah, definitely. Especially because it's a whole or half dollar. Whole and half dollars are often support and resistance lines. I just neglected that fact when I put a stop there. SVRE still looks like it could potentially run. Yeah, CLNN's looking pretty good. I do think this is going to bounce. I think I'm going to try it again. CLNN, let's go for a 360 entry, 349 stop, and then a 390 PT. Oh, trying this again. We'll just move down that 1 cent. Watch, it's going to drop. It's going to just stop us out at 349, and it's gonna go again. I'm going to be real upset. At least this way, Jackal, if I stop out, you stop out too. I'm taking you with me, one way or another. True, my loss will be worse, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. No, this is a long. Wait, did I type something? Oh, I typed it in wrong. It's flipped, yeah. Nothing's happened on ES for like 20. Yeah, no kidding, eh? We went from like all this volatility to literally just like nothing in the last little while. And then yeah, and then a random elephant. I think that's an elephant. Yeah, it's an elephant. Shorting takes extra brain power. And it also kind of makes me feel like a bad guy. I'll short ES because it's easy. But with like CLNN, you have to check if shares are available and at what prices, and like, it's just it's a pain. It's kind of a pain. You shouldn't be fighting the trend, that's very true. However, I mean, if you're looking at the grand scheme of things on CLNN, the major trend is just up. This is just a pullback. I have no idea what's happening. Oh, yeah. Speaking of this guy, have you guys seen Terminal List? It's a really good show. Good. Good job. 2% up, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm basically sitting on my hands here other than CLNN hoping for a win here. Two bearish candles. You'd think it's coming back down all the way. I would say it's probably going to come back down at least to here, but it's probably going to stop halfway through where I'd probably open my short, and it's probably going to go right back up. You didn't miss much, not today. Yeah, it's been, I mean, we did okay. BMRA, it looks like it could be okay. I don't know. I think this is another risky position. Other than the fact that there's definitely support at this area 368, you could be using that or 360. Yeah, 368 as a support. Put your stop loss down like I don't know, 5 cents, maybe like 363 or something. I mean, there's no real point in giving it like a whole 10-cent stop or 15-cent stop or anything, because there's really no support line anywhere close by unless you were going to go all the way down to 358. Hey man, that happens. Blowing evals, it just sometimes it happens, especially when you start to get down a little bit, like you're like 200 or 300, maybe $400 down on it, and then you're like, ah man, I need to make that back really quickly. So you just up the contract size, and you're like, I think this is definitely going to do this. And you're like, I only need like 2 points, and it's going to work, and then it just immediately moves against you. Hey, there you go. I'm guilty for that too. And the worst part is I know better, so I shouldn't be doing it, but I still do it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because when I teach people to day trade, that's exactly what I tell them. Like, don't revenge trade. But then I go on to futures and I always revenge trade. I would say like a lot of the time it works out. I would say every now and then I do blow an eval from it. And it's like it's just like complete carelessness too. It's not even like I did something slightly wrong. It's like I'm gonna buy 10 contracts and walk away from the computer and come back in 10 minutes and see what happened. It's like it's that bad. It's like especially when there's like an 80% sale, I'm just like, you know what, YOLO. Let's just 10 contracts and walk away. Let's see what happens. Yeah, true. Sometimes I don't even set a PT. I'm like, ah, let's just surprise me. I'll come back and see what it's at. SVRE down big, big drop. Because your evaluation is a simulated account, they don't lose anything off it. Yeah, exactly. That's how they earn money because you paid money to get the evaluation on a simulated account. So they don't lose anything when you lose money, they just gain your evaluation fee. No, on your evaluation, you have a goal to hit. Once you hit that goal, then you pay a performance fee. Your account gets upgraded to a performance account, which is like a quote unquote real account. And then they pay you for profits on that account. So you have to pass your evaluation and then make it to the real account. The real account? I'm not really sure what you mean by is provided. You pay a performance fee of like $80 or something, and then you get your evaluation account's just upgraded to a regular account, and then you just play on that as if it was the evaluation account. Ooh, you took a $3.98 loss. I thought you were good, Wiz. Oh, rough. That is rough. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. No, these are funded accounts. So you're not depositing any money. When you get a performance account, that's them saying, we're giving you an account with money in it to trade, and we're going to take 10% of your profit. Yeah, you're only paying the fees to get the account. Once the account is there, that's what happens if you lose. They close down your account. Yeah, they just close down your account. Then you have to take an evaluation all over again. Yeah, you can restart. You can have as many accounts as you want. I have 5 funded accounts with them so far. Where I've just finished my 5th eval, so but I think tomorrow I'll have wait, what day is it? Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow I'll have my 5th. Yeah, it's not on sale. Well, there's still a 50% sale because there's always a 50% sale. Let's see here. It's Apex Trader Funding.com. I think it depends on what kind of account you're going for. The 50K account, I think it's 80 bucks. 80 bucks? I think so. I'm going to take some profit here on CLNN 373-ish. Cutting CLNN 373-ish. Closing up shop. Holy crap, that was a nice spike. All right, cool. Deal. I'll take that any day of the week. That was super lucky. I think that might have actually just about hit PT. That's crazy. Yeah, it's good to stock up on the sales. Like as soon as I saw that 80% sale, I just bought like 4 more accounts. Because I know I'm going to use them. Either I'm going to blow my accounts and I'm going to need them, or I'm not going to blow my accounts and I'm still going to need them. So I just use them. All right, so let's take a look at the trade tracker for the day. We'll go to the money board. We made almost $2,000 today. That's just under 6,000 for the account total. Not bad considering I think I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep last night, so I was actually expecting to do a lot worse today. We have not moved up our win rate, I don't think. I think it's basically stayed the same all throughout the day. In fact, it's exactly the same as far as I know. Yeah, it would be the exact same. Okay. Well, that's that. We did make 87% today, which is pretty good. That first QRT EV trade was real good. 40%. That like basically made the day right there. And then we had SVRE for 21%. What do you mean? What do I mean? 87%. 87.4%. This is the gains total. Would I play it again? Let's take a look at it. I would say it's probably done. I'd wait to see a decent increase in volume before I would decide to play that again. Plus 6% win. So these are strictly the trades. So, if we got into WTRH at 0.30 and it went up to 0.34, that's 9.7%. This is not the account. This is just strictly what the trades made in games. The money board shows you the percentage on the account total. So today the change is 46% because oh, I don't know what I did there. Because we did 87% on the trades, right? So since we're doing 50% per trade, the money board should be half as high as the trade summary, if that makes sense. So today it's 46% on the total account, and the trades averaged out at 86% or whatever. Unless you have 3 trades open, that's correct. Then it kind of does some funny stuff, but it still works out pretty accurately. So, and this isn't actually a red day. This is just a day that I had to fill in because we actually missed the first. Well, we didn't miss the first. It ended up on the other tracker, and then I just couldn't be bothered to like move everything over. So we just started the challenge a day later. So technically we are up even a little bit more than this, but it's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, I had to account for a missing day, so I just took a trade, didn't take a trade, but I put a trade in the tracker for a dollar win, dollar loss. Apparently that's a 0.5% loss somehow. Guess that was just fees. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off for the day. Hopefully y'all ended green. I think a couple of you did at least, which is definitely good news. Good luck trading ES today if you're doing that. I'm probably gonna try again. Probably gonna blow this eval, not gonna lie. I have $100 to go, and I know I'm gonna revenge trade it if I lose that $100 on it. I'm just gonna buy 10 contracts and see what happens. But hopefully you guys have some better luck than me with that. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. To answer your question, I didn't actually look at the YouTube chat. We do have courses on the Discord. We have my alerts and 25 other analyst alerts. So there's tons and tons of alerts that you can look at. And we have a couple courses. We've got futures courses and day trading courses, all sorts. So definitely check that out if you want to. Didn't know if you heard me. So, and have a good day, man. We're gonna log off now. So I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you again tomorrow.